Hello everyone, and welcome to the Mindful Tailies. Today we're sharing a story about discovering your strengths, practicing with purpose, and realizing that success often comes from understanding what makes you uniquely you. It's a reminder that with the right mindset, any one of us can grow, improve, and even surprise ourselves. And along the way, we'll pick up new vocabulary and learn how to use it naturally, making English practice fun and simple. So stay with us till the very end. Once, in a small and peaceful town, there lived a family tucked away in a quiet corner of the city. In that family was a lively 12-year-old boy named David, a sixth grader who loved being outdoors. His absolute favorite activity was playing soccer. Every day, rain or shine, David grabbed his ball and headed to the nearby public field to sharpen his skills. One afternoon, after coming home from school, David dropped onto the couch, looking unusually thoughtful. He opened one of his school notebooks, stared at the page, then leaned back with a frustrated sigh. His father, who had just stepped in from the backyard, noticed a change in his son's mood. He walked over, sat beside him, and gently asked what was bothering him. David explained that he had gotten a low grade in math, but that wasn't what upset him most. What really hurt was that his best friend and neighbor Matt always scored so well in math. No matter how much David tried, he could never seem to catch up. Hearing this, David's father brought him a glass of water and let him breathe for a moment. Once David had calmed down, his father led him outside to their small backyard garden. The shade of the trees, the soft breeze, and the quiet atmosphere made the space feel almost magical. "David," his father began, "I want you to learn 3 important lessons from what happened today. These lessons will guide you as you grow older." Curious, David asked what the lessons were. His father smiled and said, "You'll learn each one through a challenge I give you. For the first lesson," he continued, "I want you to invite Matt to play soccer with you tomorrow." David didn't fully understand, but he nodded eagerly anyway. The next morning was bright and warm, and David went to school in his usual cheerful mood. After class, he invited Matt to join him for a soccer game at the field. As expected, David, who played every day, dominated the match. He scored 3 goals and led his team to an easy victory. Matt, on the other hand, struggled. He lost the ball several times and made plenty of mistakes. Still, everyone had fun, and the game ended with smiles all around. Later that afternoon, David rushed home and met his father in the garden. "Dad, I played soccer with Matt today. What's the first lesson?" His father looked at him knowingly. "Tell me how the game went." David explained everything, his goals, the win, and how Matt simply wasn't very good at soccer. His father nodded thoughtfully. "David," he said, "Matt may not be good at soccer, but he's great at math. And you're the opposite. Everyone has different strengths and passions. That's the first lesson. We don't all have to be good at the same things." A wave of understanding washed over David, but he was eager for more. "For the second lesson," his father said, "I want you to pay close attention to Matt at school tomorrow. Notice how often he works with numbers counting, solving problems, anything like that." The next day, David made sure to observe Matt quietly. All day long, he saw him doing math-related things, solving puzzles, calculating change at recess, even counting the petals on a flower just for fun. That evening, David reported back, "Dad, Matt was counting all day. He was always working on something with numbers." His father smiled. "That's the second lesson. Matt is good at math because he enjoys it and practices it constantly. If you want to improve at something, you practice just like you do with soccer. You don't have to start big. Even counting flower petals can be a step." Suddenly, everything made sense to David. Finally, he asked about the third and last lesson. His father thought for a moment. "I want you to think about how much better Matt is at math compared to you." David hesitated, then said, "Maybe 3 times better?" "All right," his father replied. "Then tomorrow I want you to study math 3 times harder." David gulped but agreed. The next day after school, he sat down determined. He studied for an hour, then pushed himself to study for 2 more. But before long, his head began to ache, and without realizing it, he fell asleep right at the table. Later, his father gently woke him for dinner. Feeling embarrassed, David met him in the garden afterward. "Dad, I'm sorry. I tried, but my head hurt and I fell asleep. I couldn't finish." His father placed a soft hand on his shoulder. "David, this is what happens when you force yourself to master something you don't enjoy. Discipline and consistency are hard when your heart isn't in it. But when you study something you love, those things feel natural just like they do with soccer." After a quiet moment, his father added, "So here's the final lesson. If you want to become truly skilled, whether in math, soccer, or anything else, either study what you love or learn to love what you're studying." David felt a deep respect for his father, as wisdom, and promised himself he would carry those 3 lessons through life. Today's story helped us learn new words and new ways to use them naturally. Remember, learning English can be fun when you practice regularly. So keep listening, keep learning, and keep growing. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and share how this story helped improve your English. And I'll see you in the next story, where we'll continue learning together.